If you're an influencer or a creator that is looking to get invited to more PR events, brand events, influencer events, then I think you're going to love today's video because that's what we're going to dive into. As you guys know, here at Sidewalker Daily, we're a community of over 150,000 creators. And one of the biggest things that I see when it comes to successful creators, creators who are making a certain level of income, creators that are really killing it, they all are focused on the importance of networking, and meeting people in real life, leaving the screen behind and getting in person. And that's why events are so important for a creator. It's not just street cred and ego and things like, oh, I went to this event. It's really about being intentional so that you can make the contacts that you're looking for and help your career grow. Just like any other career, guys, whether you are a lawyer or an engineer or a doctor or in any profession, networking is key, and it's no different for our industry. So what I want to talk about today is ways that you guys can get invited to events, but also pitch yourself to events, because you know here at Sidewalker Daily, we're all about going for it, not just waiting, right? We don't want to wait to get invited. We want to pitch events. We want to get invited, but there's also strategies that you can do to get invited. One of the most important things, like literally, if not the most important thing, is location. Location. Chances are a brand is not going to fly in a creator to come to their event. While this does happen, that, you know, certain brands are going to fly in select VIP creators, most of the times it's a really strong local push. So that is why it is so important that you also don't only think about your career as an influencer to the mainstream market, but you also develop those in-person local ties. Because guess what? When a new store is launching in your city, you're going to be first to get invited because you're on the local roster. Versus if you're a creator that, yes, you're known nationally and your followers are from everywhere, but you have no local influence. So let's get a little bit deeper about this location piece, right? So if I was hosting an event in Miami, I'm going to look for Miami creators. I'm not going to be looking for like Nashville creators and creators in LA, right? I'm looking for Miami. So it's so important, y'all, that in your bios, in your SEO efforts, that you guys have the location that you are based in. So one, you're easily found and accessible. So let me give you an example. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and do this as if I was a brand. And by the way, if y'all don't know this, I come from the brand side. I put on influencer events. I put on influencer campaigns. I've managed hundreds of thousands of dollars of budget. So the advice you are getting is from a brand side representative. Okay. So let me show you what I mean. So let's go ahead here and type in, Miami influencer. Let's go ahead and see what pops up. So right away, do you guys see these creators here like Bella Merlot, Miami influencer, that girl Becca, Miami influencer? All these people, are literally putting in the word Miami influencer and creator in their bio. So just by searching them, I found it. And look even better, she has her email right there in her bio as well. So I see she's Miami based. I see that this is a keyword she's going after, and she has her email, which makes it very easy for me to find. Let's try another creator and see what else pops up. Okay, Miami influencer, UGC and lifestyle creator, boom. PR collab, email is right there, easy to find. Done. We can add her to the hit list. So this is such an important strategy, y'all, to really focus on the optimizing of your bio, including that keyword, including your email. That was going to be a second tip, but we're going to go ahead and mention it now. You see how both those creators had their emails already in their bio. So when I searched up Miami influencer, they were found and their emails were there. Do you know how easy that makes it for me to add them to a spreadsheet or a list? That is the type of ease you want to provide to your brand side clients when they're looking for you. And also geotagging. If you're doing stories, if you're doing content, don't be afraid to add those location tags. There was a local restaurant that was doing a launch, and we went in and looked at the location tag and saw past creators who were tagging about this property, and they were the ones that were being invited. Why? They already naturally tagged the restaurant. They're local. It's a perfect fit. So in your content strategy, don't also be afraid to geotag and use those location tags, okay? Location is major. Can't stress it enough when it comes to events. Why? Because events are local. So we got to implement those local strategies. Now, if you are a creator that wants to pitch to PR firms, introduce yourself with confidence, know what to say, feel good about it and you feel a little wonky in that space, this is my specialty. I come from the PR side, I come from the brand side, and I actually have an on-demand training that talks about pitching brands, how to send a valid pitch, a well-researched pitch, the materials you need. So go ahead and click that on-demand training when you're done with this video so you guys can watch it. It's available whenever. It's my How to Land Paid Brand Deals training. It is amazing. It's going to rock your world. So you guys can get a lot more valuable insight into the outreach process by watching that video. If you want to get invited to brand events, if you want to get invited to PR events, influencer events, et cetera, PR agencies are your best friend. Coming from the PR side myself, that is how I got into this influencer world. I would manage influencer accounts and campaigns for my brand clients. And let me tell you, y'all, we are responsible to put together the events for our clients. So a lot of times when there is an event happening, PR people are responsible. Now, I'm going to let you into an insider tip that you probably haven't heard anywhere else. Let's just talk about a hotel, right? Let's talk about like a big hotel we all know and love. They may have a national PR firm that deals with national press. So that agency may be based in New York or maybe Los Angeles. And then a lot of times these big companies, these big brands will hire a local PR firm to be responsible for the local market. So there'll be two PR firms responsible. That is why it is so important for you guys to get to know the people in your local PR world. There are PR events you can attend. There are local events that, trade shows that you guys can attend. And there's nothing like good old Google to see the PR firms in your city, so that you can, again, network with these people. These are the people making decisions. Those are the people you need to be networking with. And it's interesting. When I talked about the location thing a little bit earlier, sometimes people say, oh, well, I'm not from a big city. I'm not from Miami. I'm from, a small city outside of Miami. Okay, you can still lean in. If you are driving distance away, you can still use that big city keyword, again, if it's close enough, if it's something that you're willing to drive to and be able to do. So I guess I would leave that up to you to decide if like a 2-hour drive is worth it or what that would look like. Okay. But regardless, if your local city has like a mall and shops and banks and things of that nature, lean into your local city. I just had a girl in my community work with Google Fiber because they're like launching Google Wi-Fi or something. So I always say like local creators and local events can lead to local partnerships. Okay. So anyways, I digress. Back to the PR firm sitch. PR agencies are such an in for you guys. So again, if that's something that you didn't have on your radar, make sure that that is on your hit list with who to network with. You guys can comment on these firms' IGs, on their LinkedIn. You can engage with them. You can send them your media kit. You can ask for a quick discovery call. Now, you guys know I'm a freak for search. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I think TikTok takes the cake for search. Just in general, I think TikTok does so well. Like you could literally search anything and it shows up on TikTok. So don't be afraid to use search to help you. Type in influencer events, Nashville. Type in, gifting events, influencer events, brand events. Type it in because those brands may be using that hashtag and it's going to help you, again, find what you're looking for. So don't be afraid to literally just do some good old search, but don't just depend on Google. Get into the social platforms themselves and take a look at what happens. All right, so let's go ahead and do this exact strategy that I just shared with you guys. Let's go ahead and put influencer event Miami, see what pops up. What's interesting is you're going to start seeing what people go to, what type of events they go to. Like this one is come with me to a Miami pop-up event. So this was a pop-up event, which means it's open to the public. And this is why I think, it's interesting. Like we don't know who this creator is, but now, you're able to see who these people are and kind of also see who's going to these events. This one, get ready with me for a product launch event. You're able to, again, sniff out and see, like these people are saying these are just different events that they're happening. So it's good to know. This is a conference, next gen, it's an influencer event conference. And I know this because Sidewalker went to this event. But the point is use those keywords to your advantage to see what events are happening so that you can then, again, dive deeper, find that PR firm, and also make friends. make friends with other creators. It's so interesting. I have that on my list today as like, creator friendships and the importance of creator friendships. If you DM someone online that you do not know being like, hey, how'd you get invited to that event? Chances are they're not going to tell you. Like, they have no reason to tell you. You're a mooch. You don't give anything to them. Friendships are based on mutual understanding. So you got to give to get, right? So friendships take time. It's not just, hey, welcome, be my best friend. You got to nurture those friendships, set up coffees with people, get to know them, be of value to people as well, like growing in this space. And I see that happen a lot in Sidewalker. We have a membership community. Sadly, it's not open to the public. It's only for our pitching students, but people that take this program, my pitching program, and then do the inner circle portion of it, they're looking to make friends. And guess what happens? When you show up, when you give advice to others, when you put yourself out there, when you're vulnerable, people are attracted to that. And now I have people in this group, they swap contacts all the time, but it's like, I'll give you one, you give me one. It feels natural. They're happy to help, but that doesn't just happen overnight. So those friendships take time. So part of your methods or strategies as a creator is to invest in getting to know other creators, to get those intros, to, be a good friend in this industry. You can't do it alone. It's really hard to do it alone. So again, if you are looking for that sort of community, you can always speak to our success manager here at Sidewalker. I'll leave her information below. She'll let you know how we can support you in your creator journey. But if it's not us, it doesn't matter. Do it anyways. Like, find ways to make creator friends, be that leader, set up coffees, meet people. I'm telling you, this is one of the best ways to get intros and contacts. Now, we briefly touched on this when we saw that Jizu pop-up. A pop-up is a brand activation. They are pop-ups. Brands want creators to come to this. These are open events. So one of my big tips is attend open events, attend industry events, like conferences as well. Meet brands at conferences. You got to go up to them at their booth and introduce yourself. You got to have your business card ready. You got to go to these sort of pop-ups to meet other creators. You're not going to get invited just sitting behind the screen being at home, right? So anytime there's an open-ended event, like a pop-up, a brand is hosting something, go. The PR person is going to be there. You're going to be able to meet other creators and other people on the brand side. It's just so important to put yourself in the room. I can't stress it enough. I did that interview with the CEO of Create and Cultivate. I don't know if you guys saw it, but they're like a big events company. And it's like, you got to put yourself in the room. That's what I took from that interview with her. And I can't agree more. And that's why I really want to focus on like going to just different influencer events. You got to put yourself in those rooms. And as we always say here at Sidewalker Daily, you're in charge of your destiny. You need to pitch. You need to outreach. Do not let ego or shyness or fear of rejection hold you back. You need to introduce yourself to these PR firms and say, hey, I'd love to be put on your event list. I'm a local creator. Here's my media kit. I'd love to learn about the events that your clients are hosting, as this is an area I want to grow in or whatever. Don't feel that fear because, again, there's so many people out there that are going to go for it. And if you're just sitting and waiting, it's going to just take so much longer than if you realize that no one knows what they're doing. Everyone's scared, but they're scared and they're doing it anyways. And that's what I want for you, to be scared and do it anyways. I hope this video helped you guys get into that right mindset for pitching, to get invited to events, but also how to find them and how to get a little bit more nimble when it comes to being a sleuth and finding these perfect events for y'all. If you like this video, let us know, comment on it, like the video, share it with a friend. This lets us know to keep producing these styles of videos to support you guys. And if you're listening on the podcast, we love you over there too.